Welcome to the booty and core yoga practice today. You are just going to need your mat and get ready to work the booty and core. We're going to start standing on our mat today. Go ahead and take those arms up and reaching them overhead, and then slowly grabbing that right wrist, reaching it up and over, stretching out that side body, opening that chest to the sky. And then exhale, switching arms, reaching that left arm up and over, reaching that chest open to the sky. Feeling that expansion in that side body. Feeling grateful to be here today. Taking those arms back overhead and forward fold all the way down to the ground, a slight bend in those knees, grabbing opposite elbow, ragdoll side to side. And just releasing it, switching grips, other arm on top. And again, releasing those hamstrings in that back, feeling that good juju flowing through, coming up to the halfway lift. Arms reach up overhead. Go ahead and place those palms to the center of the chest, turning to the top of our mat. Keeping our hips level, we're going to go ahead and reach that right leg back to the sky, pulsing it up. So we're going to do little glute pulses just to start warming up those glutes, activating all the way through that back body. Heels going to the sky. And again, hands can be on those hips to really keep those hips level and even. And that left leg, slight knee bend, and it doesn't have to be perfectly straight. We're going to go ahead and place that right foot down, taking that left leg behind us, and little pulses to the sky. So again, we're really trying to work on those hips staying level and just activating the glutes, activating that low back, bringing some awareness to our bodies this morning or evening or afternoon, whenever you're practicing. And then we're just going to do a few more here. Exhale, we're pulsing it up to the sky. And then releasing that foot down, taking those arms up overhead. Go ahead and step back with that right foot, left leg forward, low lunge. Breathing here, shoulders are down. Taking our right knee now into our chest. We are going to do a little pulsing. It is okay if you lose your balance. You can step that foot down, but pulling that knee into the chest as you pull those arms into the knee, we're getting a little crunch here. So we're working not only balance, but core. We're working glutes. We're working everything in that move. We're going to go ahead and switch legs now, stepping back with that left leg, pulling it into the chest. Exhale, crunching it in. Inhale, lengthen. Keeping up with this movement. Again, really working on those hips, trying to stay level and even, so we're firing with both glutes evenly. Good, a few more here. Taking our hands down to the ground, stepping it back to a down dog. Transforming into that high plank, going down chaturanga to an up dog, pushing it back, down dog. Good. Go ahead and pedal out those feet, taking that right leg high to the sky, place that right foot, bringing it into your chest, taking it back to that three-legged down dog, right knee out to the right elbow, taking it back, and then right knee across that left elbow, taking it back to the three-legged down dog. And then go ahead and release, taking that left leg high to the sky, left knee all the way to the nose, taking it back, three-legged down dog, left knee to the outside of the left elbow, three-legged down dog, left knee across the opposite elbow, and then releasing it back, down dog, shaking those legs out, taking a breath, looking up between your hands, stepping or floating to the top of your mat, forward fold, halfway lift, and then rising all the way to stand, coming to the top of the mat, getting ready for another balancing pose here. We're going into half moon here, taking that right leg high to the sky, opening that chest up. You can touch the floor, touch the block, whatever is comfortable for you, or you can hover, balancing here, opening the hips up. Good. Finding your drishti, releasing that right hand down, taking those hips level, taking it to splits, keeping that right leg lifted, again, going to wherever your splits feels comfortable. And then releasing that foot down to the earth. Coming in halfway lift, bringing it all the way up to the top, and coming down to heart center. Taking that left leg now high to the sky, coming into half moon on this side. Good, keeping that chest lifted. Again, you can touch the ground, grab on a block, or hovering in the air, trying to keep those hips level, really opening that chest up, foot stays engaged. And then releasing it down, standing splits. Good, and I'm trying to stay level again with those hips. This is a really good demonstration of what level does not look like on this side. And then go ahead and release that left foot down. halfway lift, forward fold, jumping it back to a high plank, and then bringing that left elbow to the outside of the right elbow, and then chaturanga, up dog, and then back to down dog. So we're just throwing in a few core moves in between. We're going to come to all fours now. And then we're going to reach that right leg out to the side and angled. We're going to lift it up and tap it behind that left foot, reaching it up high to the sky, tap it behind that left foot. So again, going as high as you can to really work the glutes and getting that side sweep going and getting activation of all the little muscles in the glutes. Good, and that core is staying engaged, that belly button's bringing back to the spine. Good, just tapping side to side. Feeling good. And then go ahead and release. We'll take that left leg out now, tapping it behind and to the side. So as you're doing this move, really focusing on what you're working and feeling those little glute muscles activating, and feel that core engage. So really lifting that belly button up and feeling that everything working. So it's not just the legs that are moving, but we are focusing on what little muscles, big muscles, and everything in between that we're working. Very good. And releasing that, pushing it back down dog, stepping or hopping to the top of your mat, halfway lift, and then coming up chair pose. So sitting down nice and low, knees are going to stay behind the toes, bringing our hands, palms to heart center, and then we're going to do a twisting chair. So you're going to twist that left elbow to the outside of the right knee, holding here, really pushing your palms together, getting that nice spinal twist, lengthening through the spine. Exhale, deepening that twist, and then exhale back to chair, palms together, twisting now to the outside of that left knee, right back of the arms on that outside of that left knee. Again, inhale, you think lengthen through the spine. Exhale, think deepening the twist. Good, taking a couple more breaths here. And then we'll exhale, release to forward fold. Shaking those legs out. Halfway lift, forward fold, and then rising all the way up to stand, palms coming together through heart center. Taking our left leg down to the mat and reaching that right foot out behind us, and again pulling that right knee into the chest. So we're going to do a few more standing crunches on this side. Good. Exhale, bringing that knee in. Inhale, lengthen, keeping that heel lifting, and so you're really pushing through that heel and trying to keep those hips level and working that balance, keeping that belly button brought up to the spine. Inhale the length and release. We're going to release into the tree pose. So bringing your foot into tree pose, either on the inner thigh or down on the calf. Arms can come up and you can grow those tree branches. And you can close your eyes. You can sway your tree branches. You can have your foot on the inside part of the calf. You can have your toe on the ground, your heel on your inner thigh or inner ankle, whatever is comfortable for you. Go ahead and bring that knee up to center before you release. Grabbing the inside arch of that foot, we're going to come into dancer's pose. So we're going to be kicking into that hand as we tip forwards. So we're really kicking into the hand, reaching forward so we can feel that stretch in the quad, stretch in opening of our chest. Exhale, releasing that, bringing that knee back up to 90 degrees, and then releasing that foot down. So we're going to do the same thing, other side. So bringing the arms straight up and reaching it into warrior three, and then balancing and crunching together. So the difference between this and the first one is we are not putting that foot down if we can help it. So we're really trying to hover in that warrior three with that crunch. The first one we started in lunge. So this is a little bit more testing on the balance and core. Also working the glutes, but not quite as much as that first one is. So we're really focused here, bringing that knee back up to center, placing it into tree pose, finding that inside arch of the inner thigh or calf, palms to center, and then we're going to grow our tree branches if you wish. And again, finding that drishti or that spot that's not moving in front of you. Trying to keep those hips level and open. And each side can look slightly different, and that is okay. And remember, we're not going to place that foot down. We're going to bring it up at 90 degrees, grabbing the inside arch of that foot. Right arm comes up to the sky, tipping it forwards. And again, we're kicking into that hand. So we're really getting that opening in that quad, opening in that chest. And then that right leg, you can try to straighten through that right leg, or it can be slightly bent depending on hamstrings and balance. Go ahead and bring that knee back up to 90 degrees, and then we're going to go ahead and release that all to the ground. Arms come up overhead, forward fold it down, halfway lift, forward fold, hop back to high plank or step it back, drop down to those knees, and then we're going to do a few fire hydrants to a straight leg kick. So fire hydrant out to a straight leg glute raise. So again, we're really working those little muscles in the glute. And so we're bringing it out just to that 90 degrees and then straight back as high as you can, out to the 90 degrees. And if as high as you can with that straight leg hurts your low back, then you're going too high. So as high as you can comfortably, because if it's hitting that low back, it means your core is not activated. So we really want to make sure that we are getting the right depth. Now we're going to go ahead and switch sides. So we're going to go to that left side, to that fire hydrant, to that straight leg sweep. So we're going to go ahead and again, same thing on this side, focusing on using that core and using those little muscles of the glute. So not going overboard with this move. It's not a huge move. It's little and it's effective. Very good. And we got one more. Good, and we're releasing here, and then just side to side, letting those hips fall side to side, releasing the IT band and the glutes. And then we're going to go ahead, high plank, chaturanga all the way down to the belly. Release those hands, or the forehead down to the hands, uncurl the back toes, and we're going to lift our right leg and then our left leg off the mat. So the same here, we're just trying to lift up the upper thigh off the mat, using our glutes and our hamstrings. If you feel it in the low back, you're going too high. So everyone's is going to look a little different depending on tightness, depending on muscle development. So again, working what feels best in your body. And we're just breathing as we do that. Bring your feet together and we'll just take a little rest. And then we're going to go ahead and lift our forehead and our feet up off the mat together. So we're balancing on that low belly. Exhale, rising up. And again, this is going to look different in everyone's bodies. So going to whatever height feels best in yours. And then we'll go ahead and release back, taking those knees under. And then we're going to go ahead and take a seat, straightening out those legs. Arms lifted straight up. And then we're going to come into boat pose here. So you can either lift the right leg, you can lift just the left leg, or you can lift both of the legs. Arms can be straight out, straight up. Legs can straighten, or you can always just keep one toe on the ground or both toes on the ground. So we're really working on that low back not being rounded. And then we're going to go ahead and release, bringing that into tree stump pose. So bringing our forehead down to our knees, giving ourselves a little hug. Releasing and relaxing here. And we're going to come back into it. Go ahead and we're going to do one more boat pose, arms straighten, legs lift. So either again, staying there, arms straight out to the side. Arms can be lifted overhead, legs can be straightened, or it can look different the second time, depending on how much strength that your core has left. And then go ahead and release it. And then we're going to slowly roll down onto our backs. Go ahead and bring those knees into the chest. Rocking side to side, doing little circles, whatever feels best on that back, kind of rolling it around and then reversing the circles if you took circles. Releasing tension or tightness. And then we're going to go into happy baby. You can grab the outside arches of the feet, you can grab the inside arches of the feet, really pull those knees down, opening up those hips. And then we're going to go ahead and release those legs, palms up to the sky, finishing off with a little shavasana. I will take you out of it when you're ready. Go ahead and take those palms together, bringing them to third eye. seeing the light, honoring the teacher in you. Namaste.